a pleasure to have you join us again. A major political message has just been delivered by one of Peter Obi's most loyal and influential supporters, and it is already generating reactions across Nigeria. Aisha Yesufu, the well-known activist and prominent member of the Nigerian Democratic Congress (NDC), has issued what many observers are describing as a clear directive to supporters of Peter Obi ahead of the 2027 presidential election. According to her, the time for distractions is over. The time for arguments is over. The time for focusing on side issues is over. Her message is simple and direct. Every supporter should now concentrate on one mission only: how to ensure that Peter Obi wins the 2027 presidential election and is sworn in as president of Nigeria. The statement was made through her official X account and has quickly attracted attention from supporters, critics, and political observers. Her message: Yesufu reminded her followers that the movement has already moved beyond unnecessary controversies and is now focused on what she called the bigger picture. Her comments come as a time when political activities are beginning to intensify ahead of 2027, with various political parties positioning themselves for what could become one of the most competitive elections in Nigeria's recent history. Aisha Yesufu specifically urged supporters to avoid spending valuable time responding to criticisms, engaging in political quarrels, or participating in conversations that do not contribute directly to Peter Obi's presidential ambition. According to her, every discussion should now revolve around strategies, mobilization, voter education, grassroots engagement, and building the structures necessary to secure victory. She emphasized that supporters should ignore conversations that do not contribute to the objective of getting Peter Obi elected and sworn into office. In her words, she stated, "My dear supporters, remember, we have moved on and focused on the bigger picture. Any conversation that is not about the 2027 presidential election and how to get Peter Obi elected and sworn into office, please ignore." Those words have resonated strongly among members of the obedient movement, many of whom see her message as a call for discipline, for focus, and for strategic planning. Others believe it reflects growing confidence within Peter Obi's camp that the 2027 election presents another opportunity to challenge the country's established political order. What makes the statement particularly interesting is the phrase she used when describing the movement's approach. Yesufu declared that supporters should maintain what she called a tunnel vision, focus on the presidential election. Political analysts say this suggests a determination to avoid distractions and maintain a singular objective regardless of the political noise that may emerge in the coming months, especially in a country where political debates, controversies, and rivals dominate daily conversations. Many supporters believe Yesufu's message reflects lessons learned from previous elections. While social media support can generate enthusiasm and visibility, winning elections ultimately requires organization, voter registration, grassroots mobilization, coalition building, and sustained engagement with communities across the country. Her statement appears to be encouraging supporters to move beyond online activism and begin preparing for the practical political work required to convert popularity into electoral victory. The timing of her remarks is also significant because Aisha Yesufu recently experienced her own political disappointment. Despite her popularity and visibility within the movement, she was unsuccessful in her bid to secure the NDC senatorial ticket for the Federal Capital Territory. However, rather than withdrawing from political activities or focusing on political setbacks, she has continued to campaign actively for Peter Obi and the broader objectives of the party. Many of her supporters view this as evidence that her commitment extends beyond individual political ambitions and remains focused on larger national goals. Political observers note that opposition movements often face the challenge of maintaining unity over a long period. Internal disagreements, personality clashes, and strategic differences can sometimes weaken momentum before elections even begin. By urging supporters to ignore distractions and maintain focus, Yesufu may be attempting to prevent divisions from emerging within movement while keeping attention fixed on the ultimate objective of winning the presidency. Peter Obi remains one of the most prominent opposition figures in Nigeria today. Since the 2023 presidential election, he has continued to attract significant support from young people, professionals, and many Nigerians who desire a different style of leadership. His supporters frequently describe him as a candidate focused on accountability, prudent management of resources, and economic reforms. However, political analysts caution that popularity alone will not be enough to secure victory in 2027. A strong nationwide political structure, effective voter mobilization, and strategic alliances will all play critical roles in determining the outcome of the election. For this reason, many observers believe Aisha Yesufu's message goes beyond a simple social media post. It represents a strategic call to action. Her message is essentially telling supporters that every day between now and the election matters. Every conversation, every mobilization effort, every new voter registration, and every grassroots campaign activity could contribute to the larger objective of securing victory for Peter Obi. As the political landscape continues to evolve, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. The race for 2027 has already begun. Political parties are reorganizing. Alliances are being discussed, and supporters are preparing for what could become a defining moment in Nigeria's democratic journey. Amid all these developments, Aisha Yesufu has chosen to send a message of focus, a message of discipline, and a message of determination. Whether her strategy will succeed remains to be seen, but her message leaves little room for misunderstanding. According to her, supporters should ignore distractions, remain united, and keep their eyes firmly fixed on one goal: electing Peter Obi as president of Nigeria in 2027 and ensuring that he is sworn into office. What do you think about Aisha Yesufu's message? Do you agree that supporters should focus entirely on the 2027 election? Or should they continue engaging in political debates and discussions? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, do well to like, subscribe, share, and turn on notification bell so you never miss any important political updates. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. I am Cassie Tony, and many thanks for watching.